Hi there, Pavel. Nice to see that you've written more essays for us. So let's see what you did here. This is the one about local food. Here's what you said. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated the economic and environmental advantages of consuming the products produced by local growers only. I agree with this point to some extent and support those who believe that transporting food over a long distance expands a variety of foods across the globe. Okay. This essay will discuss both sides using examples and arguments to demonstrate points and prove arguments. All right, this part of the sentence kind of confused me. So you agree with this to some extent, and you support, basically, you support a variety of foods coming from all over the world. Is that what you're saying? So in other words, you don't support local food only. Okay? So you could see that this has created some confusion here. I'm not really sure what your viewpoint is because you said you agree with this to some extent. But then, like I said, it was just kind of confusing. So how could you have made it less confusing is probably the question then. I agree with this point to some extent, but support the variety of foods provided by transported food or something like that. Or you could have said, but do not believe that local food only is a viable solution. That would have made sense, okay? Okay, let's move on and see what you wrote. There is ample evidence that locally grown food has a great deal of benefits for the community and nature. Okay. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, by purchasing local foods, people help maintain farmland and green space in their region, benefiting the environment. Okay. Secondly, buying regional products builds the local economy instead of handing over the earnings to a corporation in another country. Moreover, one more argument in favor of food grown and distributed locally is its nutritional value. For example, recent empirical research by the U.S. Department of Agriculture demonstrated that fruits and vegetables begin to lose their nutrients within 24 hours of being picked, so that fresher produce is more nutritious. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that consumption of produce grown by farmers nearby is a positive development for all. All right, let's talk about this a little bit. You basically had three main ideas here. The first one was fine. You said it benefits the environment. What you didn't do is you didn't tell me how it benefits the environment. So I basically felt, Pavel, like this paragraph was just a list. Okay? It was just a list of the benefits, and there was absolutely no development about those benefits and how they are benefits. So that, for me, was 100% missing. So first you talked about it benefits the environment. Again, but you never told me how it benefits the environment. Then you said it builds a local economy because the money stays locally. Again, you needed to explain that a little better. Why is that such a benefit? Why is that important? And then what you did end up doing is you talked about the nutritional value of locally grown food. And it's funny because this is the only idea that didn't really belong in this paragraph. It never asked you about nutritional value, it only asked you about environment and economy. And despite that, this is the only one that you gave some support to. So what I would like to see here is I'd like to see this whole section of this paragraph gone, and instead I would like to see support for where is it? This idea, and then support for this idea. Okay? All right, let's move on. On the other hand, although there is a case for consuming products cultivated and harvested within 100 miles of people's homes, benefiting not only the native community but also the environment, the impact of fruits and vegetables transported from other countries cannot be overstated. This is largely because there is a limit to the kind of food that can be grown in each place due to the climate. For example, if mango had not been imported to Russia from Thailand, the majority would not even have tried it out. Consistent with this line of thinking is that if people eat only what is available in the region, their choice will be limited. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that citizens should give preference to the local products and be able to buy imported food items. Okay, we'll talk about it in a minute, but I want to go over your conclusion first. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that it would be unfair to limit the food choices people have. However, it is predicted that the locally cultivated produce will increasingly grow in importance as it encourages citizens' health, the regional economy, and the environment. Okay, here's the good news. Your structure is very nice. Your grammar is very good. Your vocabulary, all of it is really well controlled. I have no major complaints there. Maybe just some tiny little things that I've already mentioned. What I do want to look at is this paragraph a little bit, okay? Because I felt like it, actually I want to think this out with you, okay? Remember that you're supposed to be talking about local food only. That's the point here. Now, I already talked about this paragraph in considerable detail and what I thought was strong about it and what I thought needed to be reworked here. This is talking about the benefits of locally grown food, okay? So, presumably here you should be talking about why locally grown food only is not a viable option. And remember that you're supposed to be framing this in terms of the environment and the economy. You didn't do that. Instead, what you did was you talked about how important imported food is to provide us variety. But again, they've asked you, or you were supposed to talk about something else. You said you were just going to discuss both sides. Both sides of this argument is the negatives of eating local food only. And again, how it would affect the environment and the economy. So while what you talked about in that paragraph is related, it's not really on topic, okay? So it kind of, I don't want to say it goes as far as being tangential, but it's certainly not what you were supposed to be talking about here, okay? And so it's not going to really do you any favors in terms of your task achievement, okay? Think about that a little bit. Remember to really study the question for a couple of minutes before you start writing to make sure you've understood the question entirely and what you're supposed to write in it, okay? Other than that, it was a nice, well-written essay. I enjoyed it. It read easily. So good job there. Now I want to talk about the Albion University letter. Here we go. Okay, remember that it will probably start your letter dear ... Keep that in mind, okay? You probably won't start it with to. So, dear University of Albion Examination Committee, I am writing you in relation to your letter regarding my unjustified absence from the chemistry examination held on the 10th of June, case number this. My name is Pavel Frolov, student number this. First of all, you want accept, ACCEPT. My sincere apologies for missing the exam last Monday and for not notifying you in advance about my inability to sit it. Last Sunday, June the 9th, I returned from London to Dusseldorf by aircraft. All right, get rid of that. And I cannot express the astonishment that I felt when our plane landed in Edinburgh Sunday night. The cabin crew explained to us that this travel mistake happened because of an incorrectly filed flight plan. I was unable to contact the university as no one was there on Sunday. Please check the attached flight ticket as evidence for my claim. If the committee could allow me to take the exam on another day, I would be most grateful because this exam is extremely important for my future PhD degree in chemistry. I apologize once again and look forward to hearing from you as fast as possible. Yours faithfully. Okay. Lovely. Well written. Nice example. It was interesting. Well written. No problems except for one huge one. Let's talk about it. Did you apologize? Yes, you did. You did it very well. Did you identify yourself? Yeah, you said your case number, your student number, and your name, so no problems there. Did you explain? Yeah, and I liked what you wrote too. It was interesting. Now, let's talk about this last one, possible resolutions. Did you do that? Not really. You only gave one potential resolution, which is to take the exam on another date. But if you look at this again carefully, it says resolutions, plural. They want more than one. That's what that S is there for. So this is the kind of thing, Pavel, that I really want you to be careful about. Make sure that you are 150% focused on the question and those bullets to make sure that you're absolutely responding in the way that they expect you to respond, because they will look at that kind of thing. And if you don't provide resolutions, plural, when they ask for resolutions, plural, it will mark down your score considerably in terms of task achievement. So keep that in mind. Other than that, it was a beautifully written letter. I really liked it. Nice job. So go ahead and correct these, return them back to us corrected, and let's see what you do in your next set of essays. Hopefully you can apply some of this feedback to do even better the next time. Good luck to you.